Hello and welcome to John's Author Diary for the weekend in June the 20th, 2021. It's been a bit of a mixed bag this week. I've been going through what used to be called Dawn of Assassins. I gave it a read through, and I have to say, I'm very pleased. The cycling method that I've been using, which is where I draft the chapter, then I go over it, make sure that it's all good before moving on, and that combined with the side outline makes me think that it needs now only minor line edits before I need to send it to the editor. So I'm really pleased with the story, really pleased with all of it, to be honest. It's the writing's there, the story's there, just needs a few tweaks here and there just to bring it up a notch. I mean, it's only taken me, 12 novels, 24 novellas, and dozens of short stories to come to that conclusion, but I think I have finally found a method that works for me. So well done, me. That's a good thing. You might have noticed me used the word was in reference to the Dawn of Assassins title. That book is now going to be called Crucible of Shadows, and Birth of Assassins will be changed to Crucible of Thieves. So I said all along that this was a working title, and I think just because of the shape of the series, where it's going, the fact that it isn't just a bog standard assassin series, that it is more focused on the thieves and on this shadow realm that will become obvious when you read the books. That is why it's changed, and I think that the title's better and it really sums up what I'm trying to do with the books. So I've booked the cover designer to do the first three in the series, so I should be getting those in October. I don't know what that'll mean in terms of releases. I am impatient, so there's a good chance that as soon as I get the covers, I'll end up putting the first one out there. I don't know. I do have eye strain this week, so I've really struggled with doing stuff on a screen. So I have done a lot of planning for the next series on paper. So at the minute, that is literally called Dawn of Assassins 2, Pig in the City. Obviously, a joke there. It's not really called that. But the story is starting to take shape, and yeah, I'm just really enjoying just having that kind of creative brainstorming stage again, getting stuff down, thinking ideas, having quiet times, having walks, sitting in the garden, staring at an elderberry tree, kind of waiting for things to come to me. So that's working really well. Last weekend, I had my mate Russ, an old school friend, come up to stay. It was great to catch up with him. We drank beer, stayed up very late, talked about books and music. I had a bit of a hangover on the Saturday, but whatever, it was good. Really enjoyed myself. And on Monday, had Monday off, went to Lytham St Anne's, which is south along the coast from where we are in Morecambe. Lovely place, never been there before. Reminded me a lot of Harrogate in North Yorkshire. So, really nice town. Kind of more of an estuary, I would say, than, like Morecambe Bay or whatever. And we had a look around. There was a cool windmill there. There was a early 20th century church that was apparently the place where Les Dawson had his funeral. So cue the mother-in-law jokes there. In terms of reading, this week I finished Republic of Thieves by Scott Lynch. Thoroughly enjoyed that. Apparently, book 4 is due in October after an 8-year hiatus, but I'm not going to hold my breath. I'm still waiting for Winds of Winter, which I think was due to come out in 2019, maybe 2018, I think as well. So we'll see how that goes. I'm currently reading Dragon Keeper by Robin Hobb, which is book 1 in her Rain World Chronicles. About a quarter of the way through, really enjoying that so far. It's set in the same universe as her Farseer trilogy, which, if you followed me for a while, you know that that is one of my favourite series of all time. So I'm hoping that this will be as satisfying. I deactivated my Twitter account this week. I retried it for a while, kind of thought I'd rebuild and just see whether I could have a different experience on the platform than it was before, which was a lot of toxic horribleness, just the worst kind of people, worst qualities of people coming out in that place. And now it's still as bad. It's like even with only a few followers, few people I was following, it was just terrible, and I just had to delete it. It wasn't giving me any benefits. It wasn't adding much. If you did follow me on Twitter, then I've got these videos, I've got the podcast, I've got the newsletter. and I've got my Facebook page. So go ahead, like that. Obviously, hit like, hit subscribe here, leave a comment, share it, all that good stuff. You know, if you leave a question, I will answer it next week. So leave your questions in the comments. Didn't have any this week, but if you do have one for me, I will answer it. So next week then, I'm going to go through Crucible of Shadows. I'm going to fix any problems that I've noted and just try and get it to a point where I can get it to the editor. So apart from that, depending on my eye strain or anything like that, I'll probably be working on the outline for book 2. I'd like to have kind of a solid idea of the moving parts of Act 1. So that's my plan for next week. So other than that, Blind Gambit, my game-lit novel, which is also a meditation on disability. Really strange hybrid of a book, but if you enjoy Ready Player One, but you also want to read what was probably the hardest book of mine that I wrote, very personal, very raw, about me coming to terms with the fact that I'm going blind, read that. It's free this weekend on Kindle, so that's Blind Gambit by me, John Cronshaw. So until next time, cheerio.